You don't mean it. Never say yes. If a student writes you a letter, if a student makes a call, if a student approaches you one-on-one, no, okay? If you tell her yes, trust me, you'll never teach her. Believe me or not, if you tell her yes, you have ceased from being a teacher. You have crossed a line that going back will be very, very difficult for you. Because this student at her age, this teenager, will start looking at you as a boyfriend. Now, she'll expect too much from you. She'll expect you to handle her as a boyfriend and not as a teacher. She's in a mistake. She will not. She'll expect her punishment to be totally different. As a girl, a young girl, she'll make the worst mistake ever. She'll go share this with her friend. It's good news. Her crush has accepted to be her boyfriend. You'll have the worst times in that compound. You meet her, you'll be tensed. You'll not be moving confidently in that compound. Once she tells her friend, maybe her friend also had intentions, used to admire you secretly and do not tell you. Then the friend feels jealous but does not say anything. Because of the jealousy, the friend feels like, now I should destroy this relationship. What does she do? She goes maybe direct to the principal to report the matter or tells another teacher. And that is where you are cooked and cooked forever. You cannot pull yourself out of that. Because you know now she'll be used by either the other teacher or female teacher to go and lure funny stories from the other one, from the student who claims to be your girlfriend. And you see, because she wants this story to be seen to be real, that she wants to prove to her friend that the two of you are in something, she'll cook and add more sugar and salt into the story to make it more enticing and proving a point that you're really together. You'll not save yourself out of this. You'll not be able to save yourself. That's one of the reasons you don't mean it. Never say yes. If a student writes you a letter, if a student makes a call, if a student approaches you one-on-one, no matter how mature you think she is, no student is mature. No matter how she looks, never, ever say yes. You'll have hanged yourself. Next, never say no. I think I'm now confusing. Next, never say no. Here's the reason. When you tell her no, you'll again have dug a grave for yourself. Because these are teenager. She'll carry the burden of refusal, like you have refused her. Maybe she's not used to that. And you know, because of the ego, she's a girl. She's not like a man. A man who is used to, a man can approach a girl and when he is told no, a man will confidently walk away. But this lady, she will carry that burden deep into her. Teaching her will be, now you'll have lost her. You will have completely lost her from your class. You will never be able to teach her comfortably ever again. I'll explain. The wound will dig deeper on the day that this girl will now realize maybe she's not a good performer in her class, and therefore she does not find much time, because most students would not perform, would not catch up very fast. Sometimes are also shy coming to the teacher maybe to ask one or two questions. Therefore your student might feel shy coming to you because of the obvious reasons. And now the wound has deepened because she came to you, approached you, and you said no. And then she sees another student always coming to you, talking to you, and you're laughing together. She's a lady, my friend. Now you know her psychology changed. You know very well she does not look at you just as a teacher. She changed it, looking at you as a teacher, and she's now looking at you as a potential boyfriend. That is where the rubber meets the road. Don't tell her no. When she sees the other student laughing with you, she'll feel bitter and she'll find ways to destroy that relationship, whichever relationship you have with the other student. She'll find ways to pull it down. She'll cause drama. You'll one day hear that students you've heard stories of students who are fighting over a teacher in the class. That's how it begins. You pushed away one, and then there are these others that are around you, that you're not really into anything sinister. You are just having academic discussions, what really brought the two of you together. But now, the other one thinks that they also want you, and you're giving them a chance, the same chance you denied her. I'm telling you, it will be disastrous. So what should you do in this case? Don't say yes and don't say no. Leave everything hanging and sound out a soft warning. Soft but very strong. I don't know how to put it. Soft but very strong. Let the student understand. It is criminal even thinking that she's in a relationship with you. So that if she has to think about this because you cannot stop her thoughts, she'll think about it in her dreams and in private. She'll never get it out of her mouth. She will never get it out of her mouth. Make her know that you do not entertain that. Softly, not harshly. That one you have to handle it softly, my friend. If you go to it harshly, I've told you the consequences. The two consequences I've told you. If you say yes, there's a consequence. If you say no and go harsh, there is a consequence. You lose that student. And remember, you're the teacher. You are the one to guide. That's how I've survived in that generation. I'll tell you more ways in which I've survived. If you wish to listen, sit down and listen. There are those girls in schools who think they are very beautiful, and in their mind they believe they are mature, and let me say, they think they're sexually attractive. Avoid eye contact with such girls on corridors. In school corridors, don't have eye contact with them at whatever cost. This is the reason. These are the girls who sit with the others in their groups, and they say stories about how so-and-so teachers are admiring them. And they're just looking for a point to prove. And one of the point to prove is like you looked at her while they were moving around the corridor. You had eye contact with her, and she'll use her eyes to lure you into making others see that you have interest in her. She'll bring up jokes. Secondly, she'll bring up funny jokes. She'll try to be very friendly and seem like she's mature and she wants some very close friendship with you. Do not entertain that. If she brings the friendship, pull away. Be an animal. Do not be understood. She brings the jokes, you don't laugh. Don't entertain the friendship. Don't entertain the friendship. You can laugh once in a month. The next time they bring up the joke, you don't laugh. You become totally unpredictable, so that they know or she knows you do not. You are not in that direction. No matter how much, I said, no matter how much you think she's attractive. Number two, there are these students that you might feel or you think or you can see they are hippie, like their waist biologically is broad. And to their mind, their young minds, they think that is attractive to men. And you see, if it's a girls' school, you are one of the men, because for around 3 months of a term, they see you throughout. Never ever make a mistake when you meet such girls. Never ever make a mistake of turning your head to look back. Whether you're looking at her behind or not, never make a mistake of turning your head to look back. Never. If you don't know, students hate teachers who seduce them. If you don't know, you should know. They will really, a big number will hate you completely. Yes. They will hate you completely. Never fall victim. Don't ever turn your head. Next, never make comments telling a student about the shape of her body in an intention to make her look special, like to feel like she's a woman. Never. That your hips are good. Hey, that is criminal. That even if it is in jokes, that's criminal. You see, and these students are very cunning. I remember of an incident where students called a young teacher and started making some stupid stories with him. I wonder how teachers allow that. Asking him if, and this story I knew it because it landed in the administration. I don't know how it landed in the administration. The same girls talking to the teacher and a big next story. And then they ask him that, hey, teacher, madam fulani akikupea unaweza, you see these Gen Zs, madam fulani akikupea unaweza chukua, unaweza mgonga. You see, they are pulling you into those stories, they are pulling you into them. Then the young man decides to go with the vibes. Sema, huyo hapana, huyo si type yangu labda. And I'm telling you the exact words. Ati huyo labda afunike uso kwanza ndio mimi ni mgonge. Ati so they laugh. Next story. Na nani? Si ako ni karemba. Then he says, ako kakinipea ni sawa. Then next, that na ule madam mwingine. Then the guy said this, that ule siwezi, unless wamukate kichwa watoe, nisijue hiyo mwili ni yake. Labda that. Then one of the students, you know, girls and girls, goes to say the story to that female teacher. That teacher nani said that wewe wakimpea ati akukula lezo kutoe kichwa. The female teacher took the story to the principal. This brings us to the next episode. The worst people to date in a school. The worst. Sasa leave alone students, because this one will have a problem with the government. The worst people to date in a institution are your female. Don't. Walimu, my fellow teachers, young teacher, you've gone to a girls' school. I've never taught in a boys' school. I'm not sure. What I'll say about boys' schools are just assumptions and theories I've created. But whatever I'm telling you about girls' school are sealed and stamped with evidence and experience. Never date a female teacher in a school. And if you're not, a female teacher is having attractions towards you, use the same theory, the same trick you use on students, use it on those female teachers. They behave totally like the students. They are the worst things you can ever date. The worst things you can ever date. I'm sorry I said things. Let me just say, they're the worst women you can date. Find any other lady outside there. If you really have to date someone, then date a teacher, but not in your school. Another school very far away from where you teach. I'll explain that another day if you push me to. But for today, I'm done. Thank you. My name is Amoka K. Please share this. Share to someone who needs it. Also, like and subscribe so that you may be able to hear from me tomorrow.